We begin in Sudan, where the army says it shot down a drone operated by the RSF over the city of El-Obeid in North Kordofan state on Saturday. Sources say the drone tried to target military and civilian sites west of El-Obeid. The RSF launched a series of coordinated drone attacks on 4 cities controlled by the army on Friday, a day after announcing it had agreed to a US-led humanitarian ceasefire proposal. Meanwhile, a local news agency has reported that poverty in Sudan had increased from 21% to 71% due to the ongoing conflict. It added that 23 million Sudanese now live below the poverty line. Our correspondent Naba Muhyiddin joins us live now from Port Sudan in Sudan. Naba, what's the latest on attacks by the RSF on El-Obeid in North Kordofan and those 4 cities mentioned by the Sudanese army?
Thanks, Benina. Actually, El-Obeid was attacked by the RSF and the drone was shot down by the Sudanese military in a recent attack by the RSF in a bid to control El-Obeid city, this major city that lies 400 kilometers away from the capital Khartoum and links Darfur region to the capital Khartoum. It's one of the main supply routes, and also the city itself, it's one of the main commercial hub for Sudan's main crops, all of the crops that are exported. So El-Obeid city is one of the major cities in western part of Sudan and in Kordofan, particularly the capital of North Kordofan. So the Sudanese army shot down the drone attack with no casualties registered, but we are expecting new attacks in El-Obeid because it has been all of the cities around El-Obeid has been controlled by the RSF, and they are trying to control it the same way they controlled Al-Fashir when they have been besieging it for 17 months. Other cities are including Khartoum, the capital, Durman particularly, and Adbara in River Nile and Ad-Daling. So the RSF are escalating on the ground by attacking civilians and civilian infrastructure in different parts of the country.
Now, but the RSF agreed to a humanitarian ceasefire. Has the Sudanese army also commented on this or agreed to it? And also, what can we expect in this regard?
Actually, the Sudanese army has not yet confirmed it that they will engage or start the ceasefire, while many people expect that it will take very long time for the Sudanese army to agree and to put conditions to the ceasefire, because the ceasefire, meanwhile, or in this current time, it will complicate an already dire humanitarian situation in the country, as many cities are entirely besieged by the RSF, including Ad-Daling, South Kordofan, and Kadugli also in South Kordofan. So the Sudanese army has not yet confirmed it, but we are expecting that the updates and the fighting on the ground, of course, will impact on the acceptance of the Sudanese army to the ceasefire or not in the coming days.
The Sudanese government says poverty levels have risen to 71% from 21%, where it was before the conflict escalated. What are you seeing on the ground? What's the situation of the Sudanese people?
The Sudanese people, since the war erupted in April 2023, Benina, they have been struggling because of the conflict and because of targeting their livelihood in different ways. Most of the markets were targeted and were stopped because of the intensified fighting in Khartoum and in Al Jazeera and in other states also. And also factories were targeted by the conflict. The main infrastructure was targeted, including power plants and water plants. That impacted not only the life of people in different in their homes or in their neighborhoods, but also it impacted one of the main sectors in Sudan, which is agricultural sector. So different escalation during the 2.5 years of the war, of course, impacted the Sudanese people in different ways. On the ground, we are seeing people are suffering to put food on their table every day. We are seeing skyrocketing prices. We are seeing the impact of the war every day. As people are suffering, our markets are still not stable. People even who who went back to Khartoum, more than 1.7 million people who went back after the Sudanese military controlled the capital Khartoum right now are suffering the devastating economy that is largely impacted by the war. So families are impacted by the collapse of different sectors, including health sector, where 70% of the hospitals are not functioning. Education system has also collapsed. More than 19 million children are out of school. Displacement is also increasing whenever there is new attacks on cities like we saw recently in North Kordofan, Bara, and now El-Obeid. People are displaced, so the market changes, the needs are bigger, and the humanitarian crisis deepens every day.
Naba, we appreciate that update. Thank you very much for that. Naba Mohideen speaking to us there from Port Sudan.